You've probably seen Steven Spielberg's classic film Munich, right? Well, what if that story, that intense, gritty story, happened today? That's what we're diving into here. It's a really fascinating thought experiment, kind of reimagining that classic but dropping it right into our modern world, with all the tech and politics that come with it. Okay, so right off the bat, let's be super clear. This isn't a real movie that's coming out. It's more of a creative what-if scenario. We're using it to dig into some really heavy, complex ideas by asking, how would a secret revenge mission actually work in the world we live in right now? And that really gets to the heart of this whole thing, doesn't it? The central question here is, how has revenge itself changed? You know, in a world of killer drones, AI that sees everything, and social media where anything can go viral in a second, what does vengeance even look like anymore? So let's get into the story. It centers on a Mossad operative. His name is Avner. And in the wake of the October 7th attacks, he gets a hell of a job. He's put in charge of a deniable, totally off-the-books strike team. Their mission, hunt down Hamas leaders. On paper, the objective sounds almost straightforward. Just erase a list of names. A global kill list. But this mission is going to take them everywhere. Dubai, Berlin, Tehran. You can just imagine the kind of pressure Avner and his team are under right from day one. So who exactly are these people? Well, the team is basically a collection of modern-day specialists. You've got Avner, the conflicted leader. You have the brilliant but maybe a little unstable hacker, the drone pilot who's seen way too much. Each one is a pro. A weapon tailor-made for this new, tech-driven kind of warfare. All right, so let's look at how they operate. Their first missions are all about being clean, precise, totally driven by technology. It's supposed to be this new, surgical form of combat. But, as you're about to see, the reality, well, it's anything but clean. Their first target is a Hamas cyber operator hiding out in Berlin. And check this out. The hacker gets into his laptop remotely, overclocks the battery until it becomes essentially a small bomb. Boom, target's gone. Not a single bullet fired. From a distance, it looks like the perfect, sterile assassination. But this is where that whole idea of a clean strike just completely falls apart. Because after the explosion, Avner sees it. He sees a firefighter carrying a bleeding child out of the building. And right there, that's the first crack in the armor. It's the moment the moral cost becomes real, and it hits him hard right away. Okay, so next up, they're in Doha. The plan is a silent, surgical hit on an arms broker in a crowded cafe. And they pull it off. The hit itself is quick. But then, a teenager just pulls out their phone and starts recording. Suddenly, this top-secret operation isn't a secret at all. It's a viral video spreading across the world in minutes. And this right here, this is the massive, fatal flaw in their whole plan. They thought they were taking apart a network, striking fear into their enemies. But what they're actually doing is the exact opposite. They're just pouring gasoline on the fire, feeding the very cycle of violence they were supposed to stop. You can just picture the hacker watching the view count on that Doha video climb into the millions. And it hits him. Their target is way more dangerous now, in death, than he ever was alive. He says it perfectly. We didn't kill a man, we made a martyr. They've accidentally created this perfect, vicious cycle. Think about it. The hit happens, the video goes viral, that creates a martyr. The martyr inspires new recruits, and those new recruits plan their own retaliation. So every time they succeed, they're just creating more enemies down the line. This idea really crystallizes when Avner has a conversation with a Palestinian scholar named Lala. She lays it out for him, telling him that these killings aren't the end of something. She says, every funeral is a classroom. What a powerful line, right? Every person they take out just becomes a new lesson for the next generation of fighters. And all of this moral weight, it starts to break the team apart from the inside. That technology that was supposed to give them this clean, detached distance, it's not working. The hacker starts drinking, heavily. The drone pilot can't stop seeing the faces of the people he's killed. And the ex-soldier, the rock of the team, he's just consumed by paranoia. And this is where everything changes. It's the big turning point. The team has been operating with this sense of confidence, thinking their tech and their stealth made them untouchable. Well, they're about to find out just how wrong they were. The game is about to be flipped on its head. So they go back to Berlin. They hit a safe house. They breach the door, and it's empty. The target's gone. But his laptop is still warm. Someone warned him. They've been compromised. There's a mole. And as they pour out into this courtyard, the whole world just explodes. Muzzle flashes from the rooftops all around them. It's an ambush. They walked right into it. Bullets are flying. The team is scrambling for their lives. The hunters have just become the hunted. And in the middle of all that chaos, with his team pinned down, one guy already hit, Avner gets on the radio. And he says the thing they're all realizing in that terrifying moment. It's this panicked, gut-wrenching admission. We're not hunters anymore. We're prey. So all of this builds to a climax, the end of our little thought experiment here. It's one last, desperate mission in Tehran. The team is a wreck. They're paranoid. They don't trust each other. But there's one last name on the list, a senior strategist. They think if they can just get him, it'll all be worth it. But the Tehran mission is a complete disaster. Avner has the target in his sights, a clean shot, and then he sees the man's kid, a young child, and he hesitates. Just for a second, but a second is all it takes. All hell breaks loose, the mission is blown, and the target is gone. And the price for that hesitation is just devastating. As they're trying to get out, the ex-soldier, the tough-as-nails veteran of the team, he gets captured. They can't go back for him. They have to leave him behind. And that's it. That's the end. Not just for the mission, but for the team. The survivors, they don't even say goodbye. They just disappear, scatter into the wind, each of them completely broken by what they've done and what they've lost. The story ends with Avner, back home. He's holding his newborn child. This should be the happiest moment of his life, right? But he feels nothing. He's just empty. A hollow man, completely eaten alive by paranoia, always looking over his shoulder for the ghosts that he helped create. So, after all that, what are we left with? This whole thought experiment kind of boils down to one big nagging question. Does all this amazing advanced technology actually change war? Or does it just give us slicker, more efficient ways to do the same awful things we've always done? Are we really solving violence, or are we just getting better at repackaging it with sharper tools?